So I recently posted a question on my Facebook page asking, what comes to mind when I say millennial? Most of the answers I got, well, they were right. So, millennials. Man, I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about millennials. Seriously. First of all, you've got marketing assholes out there who are sitting in leather chairs in offices with Madison Avenue addresses trying to figure out how to market to millennials, trying to formulate what makes them tick, and how to get them to spend their money by trying to come up with contests where you post the best selfie. Ugh. Then, you've got everyone else out there who, seems to me, pretty much hates them. But, oh no, not me. I don't hate millennials. I love everyone. Well, yeah, okay. Maybe not everyone hates millennials, but from that Facebook post I started this video talking about, man, you'd think there's an official millennial haters club having meetings every Tuesday and Thursday in a church annex in a city near you. The responses I got were words like douche, entitled, lazy, spoiled, ignorant. I got phrases like living in mom and dad's basement, saving up for a new tattoo, and participation trophies, and totally self-involved. And you know what? I agree with them. Yep, I totally agree with every one of those statements. Look, I'm obviously not a millennial. I know some of you are surprised by this handsomeness and persona of youth and vitality here, but I'm actually what would be defined as a Generation X. And guess what? It wasn't that long ago. So I can remember being in my mid-20s, which is where we place the majority of millennials, and there being a total shitload of lazy, entitled, spoiled, and ignorant people of my age. A ton of them lived at home with their parents well into their 20s. Honestly, some of them still live at home with mom and dad. And instead of getting tattoos of small semicolons or geometric shapes, they got the word mom and a sacred heart tattooed right under the Iron Maiden logo on their arm. So what is said about millennials is true, but only about some. Like all the stereotypes, the sum of the smallest amount is spread like warm butter across the entire group. I, just like you, know a ton of millennials who are goal-driven, who work hard, who are sharp yet humble, aggressive yet well-mannered, and who are well on their way to a life of prosperity, happiness, and wealth. As for the others, well, honestly, I think we should do a little mirror imaging here and realize that a person of that age who honestly acts spoiled or entitled is that way because of their parents. I've seen a ton of grade schoolers who possess the same negative character and discipline traits that I said people used to describe millennials. And who's at fault for that? Not the kid, it's their parents' fault. And guess what? The same thing applies to people in their 20s. Who do you think sat in and ran those Little League and Youth Soccer League board meetings and came up with the crummy idea of giving out trophies for coming in 9th place? It was the parents. Who shoved a Game Boy in their kids' hands instead of a book and tried to get that to act as a babysitter? It was their parents. Who do you think is paying all their expenses and making it so they can be lazy? It's their parents. Who do you think is allowing them to live rent-free in those basements? Yeah, the parents. And now, it's those same parents, if you even want to use that title for these people, who go around enabling and then bashing them by saying they're entitled, lazy, or spoiled. Well, who spoiled them? And some of the generation before them. And some of the generation before them. It was their parents. I think the label should stick on the parent and not on the child. Now, if you're the parent of someone in that age bracket and you want to help them out, know what you should do? And I feel really strongly about this. Tell them to get a job at a car dealership, preferably selling right on the showroom floor. There is no better place to grow up than at a car dealership. If you're a manager at a car dealer, hire them, teach them, pay it forward. Someone taught you when you were a punk-ass kid and gave you that baptism of fire or ass-kicking you needed when you got your first sales job. Parents, Just don't allow them getting a job at a damn Barnes & Noble or some shitty store at the mall, and then let them whine to you when they get home after their long 6-hour day about how their manager just doesn't get it. Oh, and kick them out of the damn basement too. You're not helping them, you're hurting them. Just like when you applauded them for coming in 9th place. Nice job. Realize you created this mess and fix it.
Oh, baby, when you say my name, oh, when you say my name, oh, when you say my, oh.